I'm Bob Massi. For 35 years, I've been practicing law and living in Las Vegas, ground zero for the American real estate crisis. But it wasn't just Vegas that was hit hard. Lives were destroyed from coast to coast as the economy tanked. Now, it's a different story. The American dream is back.
Oh, look at that. The first episode of Bob Massi's A Property Man, Season 3, debuts on Fox Business this Friday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. What a cool show. And look who's here. The real estate guru himself, the property man, is Bob Massi. Bob, okay, so the first
Liz, thanks
episode.
for having me. Thank you.
I'm so excited. I love shows like your show. So the government is getting in the way of people using drones to sell their house. Let's take a listen to what you've got first.
Sure. I'm going to help real people who are facing some major problems, explain the bold plans that are changing how Americans live, and take you behind the gates of properties you have to see to believe.
So government giving realtors a hard time here using drones?
Yeah, they are, because there's some privacy issues. A lot of people, particularly in the developments where they're close, close within where they live with each other, sometimes drones are abused. So a lot of people worried about invasion of privacy. But as it relates to, Liz, the way to sell real estate, you and I both know it is the way that's going to happen. But the government's put restrictions to make sure that people don't violate that and don't get into the privacy issues of other neighbors.
Yeah, you don't want to be at the pool, at your pool in the backyard, or
no, exactly.
Or washing dishes and seeing a drone buzzing by. But you also help average Americans on your show. Let's take a listen.
We can go from up to down. We can go from side to side. We can show you inside to outside. We can fly through a pergola, or we can fly over the top of a dock.
But flying drones is something that most realtors are not allowed to do without permission from the government.
The FAA has a regulation called FAA Part 107, and you actually have to be certified to fly a drone for commercial purposes.
Okay, we got a little excited. We showed the drone shot there, too. Sorry about that, Bob.
But, that's okay. What we've learned in the first two seasons of the show, Liz, there's a couple of things that viewers really respond to. Number one, as you just said, personal stories. Why? Because people identify with what's going on for the last 7-8 years. And the second thing we've learned is people enjoy history. For example, we did a great story on Wrigley's, the Wrigley family, the mansion that this man built in 1929, right above where the Biltmore is, over in the Scottsdale area, and how he built this beautiful mansion that's spectacular for his wife for their 50th wedding anniversary, with beautiful roses throughout the mansion. So we've reacted, and people feel that somebody's listening to their problems. And here we are in 2017, and you've covered this. And guess what? There are still a lot of problems out there with real estate in America that still has to be cleaned up.
Bob, the name of the game is to get a deal in a city that has good blue chip, Dow Jones Industrial Average or S&P 500 companies, operating there, right?
Well, listen, over in Arizona and Scottsdale, yes. In Las Vegas, I don't have to tell you that since the announcement of the Raiders, trust me, this town in Vegas has turned over in 1 week. It's like, I've been here 42 years. It's never been the same. Down in Arizona, where we did Scottsdale, Phoenix, and Tucson, very growing community. A lot of good things going on, a lot of growth. But again, we have issues that people are dealing with even now, where we have what we call zombie foreclosures or titles, Liz, where people literally have been in a home for 7, 8, 9 years. I interviewed people in a home 9 years. Can't get anybody to talk to them. They haven't made a payment in 9 years, and nobody knows what they're going to do. They can't even rebuild their credit, move on with their life. So the show sort of cuts across all different things of life, from history to personal stories, historical things we really enjoy. Hopefully it's entertaining for our public, and I'm honored to be on the Business Network starting Friday.
It's going to be really enlightening. Bob Massi, thank you so much for coming on the show. We're looking forward to it. Again, premieres this Friday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time.